The dictionary defines a cameo as a piece of jewelry, typically oval in shape, consisting of a portrait in profile carved in relief on a background of a different color. These are images of traditional cameos. And right here is my take on the cameo. This one is of my little girl Maddie. It's the first one I ever made a year ago. And this one is Mrs. Tinkerer's boss's dog, Lady. I know they're not real cameos, but that's what they remind me of, so that's what I'm going to call them. This is Rocky and Gracie. I'm going to make a cameo of them as a gift to their parents. Let's get started. We're going to manipulate the photos in Photoshop. This particular version I'm using was cutting edge in 2001 when I installed it. Now it's pretty much a dinosaur. You can find the methods for how to do this online if you search it, but it's basically just erase the background, play with the contrast and brightness, posterize it, and then start filling in the spots that you want dark with black and the spots that you want white with white. You're looking for a two-tone effect because that's going to help you know what to cut out here in just a minute. The toughest part of this is knowing what to leave black and what to leave white so that you capture the likeness of the dog and you know who you're looking at. Now that we've got our printouts, we got to find a picture frame to put these in. I keep a stack of old frames laying around just for this reason. You never know when you need them for a project. I'm going to cut the cameos out of 3/8 plywood. First we have to cut it down so it fits in our picture frame. And I also cut out a piece of 1/4-inch plywood the same size. This will be our backing. Here I'm trimming some of the excess paper off around the pictures. After getting the pictures centered where I want them, I just use a regular glue stick to adhere them to the plywood. Since I'll be cutting out all the black parts, I have to bore holes large enough for the scroll saw blade to thread through there. And now it's just a simple matter of 3 hours of tedious cutting. Rocky, the little guy I'm cutting right now, was especially time consuming. He's a very fuzzy dog, and I wanted that to come across in the cameo. Here you may notice I fashioned an auxiliary table for the scroll saw. This was because the original table has too big of a hole where the blade passes through and it didn't support the little pieces enough. After we cut it out, we carefully remove all the remaining paper. It peels off fairly easy, but what doesn't peel off, we just sand it off. I'm cutting thin strips of sandpaper so that I can use it like floss to get in all the little nooks and crannies and sand off all the splinters and rough spots. This is another rather tedious process. Now it's time to add some color. I decided to prime it first, but it's probably not necessary. The paint says it has primer built in. Once all the pieces have thoroughly dried, we have to glue the cameo into the frame. And now we glue the backing onto the cameo. A couple of paint cans for weight, and then it's a matter of letting the glue dry. The last thing we have to do is add a picture hanger. Well, here's the finished product. I think it turned out pretty good. I believe they're good likenesses of Rocky and Gracie, but you be the judge. Thanks for watching.